Hey, it's Jake with RawUtah.com. It's November 11th, no, 2011, just past 11:11 a.m. So it's a pretty cool day, and I'm out enjoying my buddies, the plants. This is the sunflower I showed in some recent photos, and I just love it. We've already got our first freeze a few nights ago, and she's still okay. So I guess it wasn't quite a full freeze, it was just, we got 32 temps. But I want to show you what she's up to because it's pretty cool. She's a chaperone plant or a nurse plant for my little buddy just below her, a goji that's planted right centrally in the bed. And it was kind of nice this summer because the sunflower gave it some nice shade. I actually had to hack it back quite a few times from encroaching on the goji plant. So I love gojis. This bed right here is Swiss chard. My mother has an absolute passion for Swiss chard, so that's why this bed is in such full Swiss chard mode. She likes putting it in a pan with a little bit of water and just steaming it, and then putting some butter or olive oil on it. So, still messing around with a few cabbages. And this bed is a bunch of basils and peppers. But I just came out and cleaned all the peppers off I could find. Whoop, nope. There's some more. A bunch actually. And these guys were really just hardy producers this year. We had a big mix of Anaheims and these banana dudes, which were really hot. But good. We like hot around here. Okay, I'm just going to show you this top bed, and then I'm going to cruise around the garden as fast as I can, because I know this is redundant to a lot of you. But I just thought I'd at least show you the growth on some of my favorite plants, like this parsley. And in the last update, I told you guys I was switching over from the annual greens to more of these perennial type greens, like the Italian parsley, the curled parsley back here. She's beautiful. And really just parsley. But that's going to start changing over now to more nettles, lamb's quarters, and any more wilder greens that I can start throwing in here. Mallow took over in one of the beds down low. I'll show you her. The dino kale has just been amazing. I know I love talking about the dino kale, but it's amazing. It's so dark green and just goes really well in the juices. I wanted to show you the yarrow, because the yarrow is such a powerful herb, and she really produced well this summer. Oh, hey, some berries. Score. But learning that it could stop bleeding was really powerful for me. So I actually brought out a few friends and my roommate, my mother, and showed her this. I said, if I ever start bleeding, grab the yarrow, pack it on. It's just good to know about herbs like that. I'm gonna come out and hunt some berries later. But check this out. This is the fig. This is the Cadota fig. And she's given us this would be the second crop. And I understand I can do 3 crops. So she's still kind of young, but delicious. I loved the Cadota fig. And she's pretty tall now. You can see if I pan back. Actually, let me just cruise down there. You guys will enjoy seeing this. Good stuff. Okay, here we are at ground level now. You can see how tall she is. A little midget guy here, but this is a dwarf in the genetics. So these are all semi-dwarfs, and over to the left, I'll just show you how tall the black mission fig is. Huge. And she's got some figs on her, which makes me happy. The fig wasps are finding their way here. But we're expecting a freeze here in the next few days, so I'm not too sure if they're going to make it. But I had a couple questions from people about how I'm keeping these fig trees happy through the winter. And you can see this one, gorgeous brown turkey. I'm giving a heavy straw mulch beds at the base. And they like to lose their leaves anyway. Just it's kind of part of their process. You can see they're starting to turn right there. But a heavy mulched base of straw. It just seems like, or whatever your choice is, this works well too. Cinders or some equivalent gravel or some, just a nice mulch base. And they seem really happy with that. I'm talking like 8 inches, if not more. Some artichokes, mixed herbs all coming in here everywhere. But that's the figs. Let me just show you what's going on with these terraced beds here. As you guys know, it terraces up from base, from this Asian pear to another Asian pear up at the top, right there. And in these beds, more parsley, of course. All sorts of herbs coming in underneath here. But in the center, got another goji. And she's leaning on this yucca plant right now. But it's interesting how the goji grows, and I'll show you in the dome, the other one that's about 6 feet right now. Here's the mallow. You can see it's starting to take over this bed, which is totally fine with me. Mixed onions, garlics, everywhere else in here. So just a big mix in here. And then the bed just north of it has some kale and some celery, and then the whole rest of it has just been, in the last day, couple days, seeded with garlic. Big mix, celeries, onions, and garlics of all types. More parsley. And this is the king of all parsley beds. I love it. If you're not eating parsley, check into it. It's actually very, very good to be grazed on, whereas the other stuff is kind of hard to chew sometimes. The baby leaves aren't. This is goji. Look how amazing that is. Some curled parsley. She is so happy right here. But I'm putting a dome over it with a light row cover like agrobon, just to experiment, because I've got so many gojis growing around here now. I want to see how uncovered goji does to a covered goji with a slight microclimate. Okay, on down to the lower beds. Zone 5. So the apple trees, you can see, just are really happy down in this lower guild. That one just taken off. That's the gala. Big piles of compost everywhere. Brought in all those truckloads of compost and filled all the beds up, and then had a bunch of excess. So that's good though for winter and for early spring. Okay, here we are. This is zone 5 now, and I'm close to my limit for YouTube, so I'm just going to show you real quickly. This is chia, and over the last day she started to bud up. You can see that flower, all of them, they're all budding up. So I hurried and put up this microclimate with the plastic. This is just a 6 mil plastic from your local hardware store with PVC pipe, and look how beautiful. Some of them are actually flowering at the other end. So anyway, that's the chia. I'll keep you updated on that. And just a quick update of zone 5. Just wanted to show you some of this. This is the kiwi and mixed greens, calendulas, the wabbit dudes, and just big mixes going on here. Celery galore. But the last thing I wanted to show you before I'm off with my YouTube here, look at this kiwi. She is coming. And then I'm actually going to try and transplant this if I can to the growing dome. That's Tulsi. Just huge. Alright, so that's kind of where we're at. You can see it's just a big mix of greens still. I'm still harvesting just tons of greens, which got plenty of, and it's been just a big week of getting garlic in the ground and putting up these microclimates and straw beds so that we're good to go for winter. I may put up another hoop over one of the beds, but probably not. I think we're good to go between the greenhouse and the beds that I do have covered already. So thanks for checking out the food forest here in Utah. Have fun growing your own food.